Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 3. I'm enjoying this so far. I hope you are. Some good stuff going on in the discussions and the Padlet and Perusall. First of all, I want to apologize for the Fuku thing. I've been doing this assignment for quite a while, and this is the first time I have totally messed it up. So whatever you do for that part of the assignment, whether you do annotations on Perusall or you just comment on the Padlet, or you want to go back and do annotations on Perusall, it's fine with me. And again, I apologize for that. Yeah, it happens, excuse me. But there's some good conversations going on all over the place. And so it's interesting. You're an interesting bunch. There's a lot of moms in this group, and nursing students and pre-nursing students. And my cat's walking across my keyboard. I've got to get him out of the way. Okay, that's one thing. And the second thing is I have the grades up for the introductory unit. Now, the total grade for the unit was 5. There were 4 readings. There was a syllabus, the 2 videos, and the mic bun, and then the intro Padlet, and the Padlet where you responded to the reading how to read like a writer. So if you did all of those things, you get 5 points. If you did less than that, I kind of deducted off a little bit, but people did pretty well on that stuff. So that's how participation grades happen. Now, if you want to go back and pick up stuff from the intro unit, I'll let you, because that one kind of floats, but I won't do it in the subsequent units. When we turn in drafts to Brightspace at the end of each of the upcoming units, that's no going back and picking up stuff like that. But this one is okay because everybody kind of got in late. There's been some things going on, so feel free to go back and do that. So I think that's it. So now we are moving into week 3. Now we're still obviously in unit 1, which is about words and discourse communities. I want to say this about discourse communities. I think you've all got it figured out. But my cat's back. The definition of discourse community that we tend to use these days is more about a shared goal and a common language, jargon, that kind of stuff. The other things that John Swales talked about were really important for helping us to start thinking about discourse communities systematically and realizing this is a way we can make sense of all these groups that we're parts of. But some of this stuff doesn't quite work anymore. But those 2 things about goals and common language or jargon certainly do, because it's all about how you get included in a discourse community, how we exclude people. There's been some conversations in the Perry Costing in particular about, why do medical people talk the way they do? Is it to make the patients feel better, feel safe? Is it to be, better than the patients? So there's a lot of stuff that goes on with this conversation. So that's what goes on with the discourse community. So what you're about to do is to pick one of your discourse communities and then write about it. You can approach it in any number of ways, but essentially we want to sort of see it in action, hear the language, hear you talk about it, and just show us that world. So let's go through this week's schedule and see. There we go. So I'm hoping that the video shows up here. I've had a lot of tech problems the last couple of days. It keeps going down in the building, and I'm just hoping I get this done without having to go back and redo it for 47 times. So we are still in unit 1, obviously. And we're in week 3. Excuse me. It's all pretty simple. This is actually the wrong thing. I'll have to go back and fix it because it should be a link to the Google Drive here, which I'll go back and put in there. But what we're doing this week is you're going to tell us what discourse community you want to write about. Okay, so use this Padlet. Nobody's up there yet, but there will be. Okay, and here's the prompt on what to put in there. Put a picture, of people working or something about the activity. In the other section, I already have one posted, and she's going to be writing about the physical therapy a unit that she works in. So she put a picture of people doing physical therapy. So that's the kind of thing that you can put up there. I've also had people who wrote about their community, or they have an organization where they're trying to foster awareness or cultural values of that particular community. And so they posted pictures of people in outfits that speak to their heritage, which is also pretty cool. So there's any number of things that you can put up on here, but that's what the Padlet's all about. And then everybody can go around and comment, and you can just say, hey, that's cool, or oh, I know somebody there. I can't wait to read this. Whatever you want to say. So that's the Padlet part of it. Excuse me. And then the Google Drive, Unit 1, let me go back over here. If the cat knocks everything in my lap, I'm going to kill him. Here's the Google Drive. But there's an activity back up. In Unit 1, there's an activities page. And this is it. And so that's the next thing you'll be doing. It's a visualization. It's sort of put us in the place where, your discourse community functions. Show us the people, you're going to be describing the place and the people and the conversation and stuff. Now, Linda Berry has this video that's going to walk you through it. My allergies are kicking in. And this is a little bit about the kind of art that she makes. This more is school diary kind of, I totally relate to it, and you probably can too. It's more important to look at the birds and talk to the neighbors than to get to school on time. So, but this is it. Here's the YouTube video. Here's the YouTube video. I don't know why this is here. Something has gone awry here. And I'll have to get rid of this stuff, but have fun with it. I can't do it here, but I will do it. When you're done, write a paragraph based on the exercise. It's, starting with the words I am, or it is, or something to put us in that spot. And then up to 250 words is plenty. And then you can add your paragraph down here. Put your name on it. So I think the cat probably stood on the keyboard when I was doing this. So we're gonna chalk this little thing up to feline misbehavior, and I'll go back and fix it by the time you guys get there. You won't see this at all. And I'll also have the links up too. And then the next thing we're going to be doing after that is you're going to read in Perusal Annie Lamont's chapter called Shitty First Drafts. That's not me, that's her. And it's all about having the courage to just being willing to write anything, knowing that you can go back and fix it later. As we say in the movie business, we can fix it in post, right? So you get anything, and it's a hard thing to kind of wrap your head around sometimes, but it's important. So read that. It's very short, and annotate it. And that's for the first part of the week. And then after that, write your own shitty first draft. It doesn't have to be finished, doesn't have to be polished. It should be about half of it done, so we can get a sense of what you're doing, and give you feedback, because that's what we'll be doing next week. And at the very bottom of your draft, put a little short memo to me and your classmates about, what you were trying to accomplish. What did you want us to see? What do you think you did well? What do you think you might need some help with? That kind of stuff at the bottom. Again, we'll be using this to be doing, it's peer review. I hate that term, peer review. Working writers call it workshopping. So we're going to be workshopping these just to give you a hand and keep going on it, so you can get a better draft to put up in Brightspace the next week. Okay, so that's for this week. And in the drive, you'll see, I'll put the link back up, but it's right here. Okay, it's in the same thing. So you just make a, upload your file or make a doc or whatever you want to do with it. But this is where we're going to be doing the rough drafts, and we'll be doing the workshopping within the file. Okay, and that's it. That's really all we're doing. Now, if you need some reminders about, what you might be doing, or you get a little lost about, what you want to write, here, go back and check the assignment sheet again. Okay. This will give you, a little bit more information, kind of remind you what we're doing. You can use any language you want. This is personal. It can be, I've had things come in that I can only read about half of because it's in a language I don't know. And that's fine, as long as you know, and I bet you there's somebody in the class who will be able to read it too. This is not an academic research report, right? This is personal. They use I. Tell us a story, show something in action, show people working together. And you can do any kind of these, a funny story, a sad one, you know, maybe you want to tell us how you became part of that community. Tell us, and also for everybody, tell us a little bit about what it means to you to be part of it. And then whether you think it's, you know, sort of address the exclusion, inclusion thing. You know, Perry Cost makes the point of, you know, is meta, and there were some comments on in Pruzal about this from several of you. Is the language of medicine meant to protect patients, or is it meant to make the doctors feel like they're superior? I'm not gonna touch that one. I come from a medical family, but that's about, you know, inclusion and exclusion. So you can comment about that with your discourse community too, and language. So you can use words and phrases, whatever you want. Any way that feels natural to you. Now, again, it's not a research report, okay? And it should also make a point. It's not just a description, but I think it's hard to write without making a point, even if you don't beat people over the head with it. Perry Cost is obvious, you know, you have to learn the language to be part of the medical profession. Queen Latifah's point is that language matters, and particularly in the world that she functions in, right? Jamila Lysicott makes kind of the same argument and talks about how we change language depending on where we are. And then Hassan just talks about culture and words. So you can kind of approach yours in any of these directions that you want to, but make sure that it's kind of making a point. You don't have to say the moral of the story is, but we should kind of get a sense of, you know, what's important about this discourse community, especially to you. So here are the things you're going to be graded on. And then the length is 1,000 words. So you don't have to do the whole 1,000 words for this week. You can do that in the revision that will go up on Brightspace the week after. But that's what you're shooting for. And then these are just a few more questions and ideas to think about. You don't have to answer them, follow them. Doesn't matter. Again, it's just more things for you to think about to get some ideas. And this thing is, go back over here. Right here, the assignment sheet. Okay, it's right there. Boop. So it's easy to find. Right, so there's the assignment sheet. And I think that's it. So the link to the Padlet is in the week 3 schedule, and the link to the Google Drive will be there shortly. I'll go fix it right now. And the Padlet and then the Google Drive link will always be here. So I think that's it for the week. If you've got any questions or problems, or you're confused about stuff, or you want to just run something by me, DM me. People get hold of me pretty quickly. I've had some good conversations with people already. Feel free. You can DM each other if you want to. If you're looking for people to kind of support you it's like not me, you know, go back over to the Padlet with the introductions and find other people, although you guys connected pretty well anyway. But feel free to connect with each other. And if anybody wants to talk to me on Zoom, just let me know and we'll make it happen. I do have office hours that have gotten kind of weird because of the tech issue this week, but we'll fix that too. So that's where we are. You're going to tell us your discourse community, show us a little bit what it looks like, an artifact of some kind, a picture. You're going to read about shitty first drafts. You're going to do a little activity visualizing how your discourse community works in action. And then you're going to write your own shitty first draft and post it to Google Drive. Next week, we'll look at how to leave good, meaningful, useful, positive feedback for each other as we workshop these things. So that's what we're doing. Get in touch if you have questions. Other than that, I will see you online.